The deja vu continues today as I try to wipe out the rest of the D Rose reviews I have that, feature shoes that you guys have seen a lot of times before, but just in different colorways. Well, I guess that's not fully true. But that being the case, let's dive into a D Rose 6. Okay guys, so today we're taking a look at a pair of D Rose 6s, and this is a colorway that I've actually really like a lot more in recent years since I've had them, but I've used them as an outdoor hooping shoe, so they're not really in good shape anymore, and that's the D Rose 6 in this scarlet colorway. And the thing is, this scarlet colorway, it is, again, a pretty nice colorway. I mean, this upper is, is a little bit different. I remember when these first came out, I was kind of like, well, that's kind of whack. But the longer I've had this shoe and when I've seen it more often, I've kind of been like, man, I kind of wish I kept those in better condition and used them as an outdoor shoe. Use them as a casual shoe than like an outdoor hooping shoe. But then on the same side of like using it as an outdoor hooping shoe, it was a good choice. But that being said, this is going to be probably one of my most worn pair of D Rose shoes that you will ever see me do a review of. Because I was surprised I never actually did a review of this shoe before now. And so when I was cleaning them up, I was like, yeah, I can clean this shoe up a decent amount. And these don't look too dirty. But what I will say to you is that when you look at them in some of these up close pictures and stuff, and footage, you'll be like, oh, that's a little more beat up than I thought, and especially if we look at the outsole. So we'll start there on, and on this one, you can kind of just see it, man. I mean, you look at this toe box up here, or I guess, the forefoot of your foot, you could tell, playing on my toes a lot, because this is just all worn down. I mean, this separation of piece right here, you usually would have a little bit more room there for that, but that's not really there. These nubs that are here on the side, most of them are gone. The D Rose logo itself is almost as flush to the shoe as the traction pattern itself. So, that's not great. And kind of same comes down here when you get like to the heel part. The middle of the shoe, of course, is, still in good shape. But yeah, this part up here, pretty worn. And if we look at the other side of the shoe as well, too, it's more the same. You have a lot of this has been worn down. And, there's actually more nubs missing on this one than there is on the other ones. And actually, on this one, you can see the part of the X bar that's in here. That's part of, the stable frame piece. That's to help provide the, stability for the boost on these. You can see part of that bar right here because you can see it here, too, as well. But it's also very viewable right here, actually, where I've worn through the outsole that much. So, like I said, this is like the most worn pair of D Rose shoes I probably will ever do a review of. But it's more or less to just show you guys this colorway and to let you guys kind of see, again, another one of the ways that Adidas did different materials for the Rose 6. And this one is not a sprint web or sprint skin upper, but it is more of this weird kind of like mesh. This is like a jersey like material, for this upper, and it's actually not called out anywhere on here exactly what the material is underneath it. From what I can tell, it's more like I don't even want to say it's an engineered mesh, but it kind of looks like an engineered mesh below it, and with this jersey material on top of it. I could potentially say that, you could argue that this is what sprint skin kind of looks like if you remove the top layer and let's look at beneath it and could see through it like you can on here. And I'd say it's probably fair to say. So you could say this is still like a sprint skin upper. The skin this time just being this jersey mesh material thing. But, that's the best way I could say to go about describing it. Your tongue is the same as this other pairs, with the perforations through it as well. You have that's still that puffy tongue that on the back side has, the 3 stripes and the Rose logo on the right side. And on the left side, you have the 3 stripes and it says Derek. I said the Rose logo, but it just says Rose on the other side, not the logo itself. Both shoes, of course, have that Chicago star on there for the Chicago flag. You have D Rose's logo back here on the heel, which is dope. This little heel tab as well for you to help, slide the shoes on. You have a full-length boost midsole, which I put the quotes around it, but I'm still pretty positive this is mostly still full-length boost because of how it's kind of made. But the way the pucks are separated might just be the main difference maker for these compared to the Rose 7s, for example, or even the Rose 8s. You have Derek on the forefoot of the right shoe, or actually I should say up here right by the front of the toe box. And on the left shoe, it does say Rose because it's Derek and then Rose here, and it's Derek here, Rose. When it comes to playing in these for outdoors, And I talked about playing them indoors, and that like depending upon which colorway, I had different experiences with it. The prime knit ones were fantastic. The sprint skin ones that were like a stronger material, like what I show you guys in the black and red Rose 6 review, that's one thing. But the sprint skin that's more like the sprint web material, that's on like the white ones, like that's different as well too. And it just kind of is interesting, when you have so many different materials to choose from, it's crazy how much of a difference it makes in terms of like what you like versus what you don't like to play in from a performance standpoint. But otherwise, this shoe with its stable frame and the external heel cup piece with the lockdown for it is cool. The one thing I will say about these, I remember, is that like I did go down half a size on pretty much every colorway I got to play basketball in. The prime knit ones, you may even be able to go down like a full sizing, because I feel like their sizing just was like much different on them because of how the materials were and stuff like that. But anyway, like going down half the size in these was really helpful because it helped give you more of like a one-on-one fit, because they were just kind of a little too much dead space for me in some places. I always wear crew socks with pretty much every outfit I have. I'm not really a big no-show or ankle sock guy, but if I will say, if you didn't wear crew socks with these, you don't have like speed wraps on, this could definitely like dig into your ankle, which is not a fun thing. But without it, and with the speed wraps, I usually didn't really experience too big of an issue. And I also too don't usually wear these to play basketball in without speed wraps. I have worn them casually though, and I don't ever really have any issues with this piece here. But I will say that it's one of those things you just kind of have to consider if you do get a pair to hoop in, or find a pair that's in decent enough shape to hoop in. For outdoor use, these shoes have seen a lot of abuse actually, but like, truthfully, besides the outsole and being worn out in spots it really served me super well. I was very supported in this shoe, tons of cushion and impact protection. So like, it's great when you're playing like out on concrete because there's like no give there. But this boost just like really helps, eliminate that even being a concern. And all the other stuff about the shoe was still great. The lockdown, the fit, the containment, all that stuff was fantastic. I think it gave me a +5 to my layup package too as well, so that was dope. And yeah, this shoe also holds a special place mark because, again, like I've said, I think in prior reviews, this was the last year D-Rose was the Bulls, and so it was our last time we got some like like a lot of different Bulls colorways. But again, it's not the worst thing, it just is what it is. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the D-Rose 6 and this Scarlet colorway down below in the comment section. Is there anything that you like about this colorway? Is there anything you hate about this colorway? Have you hooped in a pair of Rose 6s yourself outdoors? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best of your best. What should I review next? I'm not going to keep quoting that channel, but I'm just kind of going down the line of stuff. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow for another review. Until then, peace. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Well, I guess that's not fully true. But that being the case, let's dive into a D-Rose 6. Which one might it be, though? No, that's stupid. For the people who do not like Anthony Fantano, I probably just made an enemy. But it is okay. It be like that sometimes.